Alright folks, we're back. Hello, and we're going to be getting into game number 1 in a best of 5 here shortly with INnoVation and GuMiho. Woo!
Woo! Whoa! What a surprise. TvT.
So while we are waiting for it to kick off, I guess to talk about the next couple of days, we have a little bit of time off, which is nice. Bit of breathing room, because I really don't feel like the Monday was enough to recover from the weekend, if we're going to be totally honest.
I agree. Getting right back into casting after DreamHack, and then all the solo long casting, like, that was brutal.
Well, I'm not looking forward, because tonight I got to go back to Langley so that tomorrow morning I can get my cavity filled and hopefully get my money back from my dentist that scammed me. But the big thing that I bring this up for is Friday. Friday is our next big cast after this. As usual, if Zomgram and I get like a little bit antsy and we're just too bored, we'll throw a show match, we'll throw a last-minute cup, we'll make something happen in between, but I really am going to appreciate these next couple of days.
For sure.
But okay, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to this week's Olimoleague. We are in the grand finals. It's now a best of 5, no longer a best of 3s. In the top left side of the map, we got the blue Terran player from Storm Gaming. It's GuMiho.
In the bottom right is the red Terran. It is INnoVation.
Now, this is not quite like that hype I feel in my heart and my soul when it's like INnoVation versus Beyond, because we've seen them play so many different times. GuMiho and INnoVation have certainly faced off against one another, but I don't really feel this one being as close, you know?
Well, in whose favor?
Well, I think INnoVation's going to take it, frankly.
I'm not sure. I think that INnoVation has amazing macro, pretty good micro. His decision making is obviously good enough to be a Korean pro, so it's not like it's bad, but that is something that I would feel that maybe GuMiho has above INnoVation. But I guess I would usually consider INnoVation like the better player, again with all the base mechanics. But GuMiho's always that tricky guy, so I can't call it. I don't know if it's going to be balanced or not. I want to see what their record is, in fact, so I'm looking it up.
Okay. Well, while you look it up, guys, I'm going to take a moment to sell out and remind everybody to check down below the stream. Granted, I know that this shirt design is not for everybody out there, but it does look super sick, so maybe even if you don't get the memes with it, you'll still go out and buy it. But I do hope our fans of the channel will check it out, as we do want to try and sell 50 if we can. The BaseTradeTV meme shirt, of course, looks best when you click on it and look at the full design and not the tiny little preview. And I am super stoked about this design. I love the way this thing looks.
To be honest, their scores really aren't that bad. INnoVation has won more overall, and he won most recently with a 1-0 in Shoutcraft. But then, in March, GuMiho 3-0'd INnoVation.
That was March. That was a lifetime ago.
And then, earlier in March, he 2-1 INnoVation.
Oh.
So I don't know how or why, but okay.
By the way, while the Reaper fight kicks off, SCVs are playing a pretty pivotal role rather, soaking some of these hits. And GuMiho's SCV ends up being better. Stalls out the command center entirely. This goes really well for GuMiho.
That was so confusing. I was like, why is he attacking his own command center?
Why is the SCV not building instead?
Oh my god. Okay.
He got a little bit complacent with his Reaper shots. With the second one coming in, though, he wins the fight. Helling cleans up the other. He should be able to stall at the command center even longer. Oh, this is so annoying for INnoVation.
That's so
Can I change my thing? I think GuMiho.
This is kind of the things I was expecting, though. Like, the micro wasn't bad by INnoVation. He was just caught, of course, with a build that doesn't give you a second Reaper, so he was going to have complications. But it's this type of stuff, like small little leads here and there, either micro or build order-wise, and maybe INnoVation will end up losing, as he did 2 months ago. Just a lifetime ago, apparently.
Well, Banshee's going to be an interesting, I guess, thing to see. Normally, this is just straight to the Ravens, right? Also, just a quick note while we wait for the next bout of action to kick in. Thank you, Ronin Dude, for the 22-month resub. Hoi, hoi, hoi! Hiwoo for 33. And then I think we got Sleepy Cod, but just in case we didn't, there's some love there. Thank you guys so much for your support. We do appreciate it.
Hiwoo is like a Pokemon. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys, Like, we were on break, but, like,
Zombie
we
Girl
kept saying
went
what
nuts.
to each other, and then I was like, wow, Buffett. And he just thought it was hilarious.
I lost my shit. Zombie Girl's
I
not.
don't think I've laugh so hard.
Zombie Girl's not someone I expect to do like a random Pokemon impersonation out of nowhere, much less someone ridiculous like a Wobbuffet.
It's the best, though.
It was pretty great. Drop of the main, though, unfortunately, is going to sting.
I got so close to hitting a lot of SCVs. Doesn't one-shot the SCVs, but that's where the Marines would have come in and would have absolutely slaughtered. In fact, still getting 5 is not too bad at all.
GuMiho had to patiently wait for the tank, but he doesn't actually take the Banshee back home. The first one out still goes across the map, but he finds INnoVation with nothing.
Oh, God. There's a Cyclone and a couple Marines.
Can he scan?
Does he have a scan?
He will in 9 seconds.
No. Oh, boy.
But the problem is...
GuMiho doesn't know that.
Yeah, so he's going to play a little bit safe, but the problem is with the second Banshee coming in, too, this could still be problems. Like, he's going to burn a scan, maybe drop a mule, not think, oh, boy, second Banshee, right? So see whether he saves it or not. Not the Banshee, but the scan, I mean.
You see that there's a Banshee with Cloak. I think you got to assume there's a second one. So he still saves that scan.
You know, the thing, too, about this, I'm surprised he didn't swoop by and stop the SCV that was building the engineering bay. He could have denied turrets really hardcore, but... Hell, even just picking off Marines is really not too bad. I mean, those still cost 50 minerals. This goes pretty nicely for GuMiho, but he still ends up overall behind from the attack. And now INnoVation's got a Banshee.
Oh, it's Banshees on Banshees. What is this? Oh my god.
GG. Bang GG's.
Early Legacy of the Void.
Well, you know, it's funny because it really is. Like, it was back early Legacy where Ravens still weren't figured out. Nobody was using, like, double Raven moves. Everyone was still going with Banshees.
Yeah. What a game. Beautiful TvT.
Blowing by so quick. But, alright, so we'll see what game 2 is. Oh, what a surprise. It's Abyssal Reef.
Oh. My god.
By the way, I don't know if Panic Switch is tuning in, but shout out to Panic Switch. He's the first person to tweet saying, why are you not cleaning up the body? Whereas everyone else is making weird jerk-off jokes about a sock. What a bunch of perverts I have on Twitter following me. Jesus.
I know we briefly discussed it during break, but I'm going to bring it up off break now. Why a sock? Why? Why people of the world?
For a sock puppet?
Yeah, for a sock puppet. Why sock puppets exist?
Okay, no. We're
so silly.
super not safe for work time, guys, so deal with it. If you've got kids watching, cover their ears. We're about to talk about something kind of gross. But I was saying, like, I am not, like, I know it's a thing for people to use socks to jerk off into, right? But, obviously, never having done it, I don't understand the appeal to that. And I was kind of likening this to, like, you know, girls don't wear gloves. You don't put a sock on your hand and start going to town. Like, I don't see that enhancing the experience. If anything, it's, like, more difficult to achieve the goal of pleasure, if that makes sense.
Anything is better than just having a box for it, I guess.
Although, you know, I think the the exception would be Kif from Futurama, because no glove means no love.
No, that's not. They didn't say no sock, no love. you don't know sock, don't. Like, how do you even rhyme that?
In the bottom right.
Rock. I'm gonna sock, don't rock it? No, that doesn't work.
I don't think you have to have this rhyme in this instance.
You have to. How else are teenagers supposed to remember?
Through song and proper education, America. Alright. Game number 2 in this best of 5. In the bottom right. I was gonna say he rocked it, but you ruined it. It's gonna be the Red Terran INnoVation.
In the top left is the blue Terran. Is GuMiho. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. What's that awkward seal emote?
That's what we need to find. Like, an awkward emote would be a great emote to have, I feel. So, or something to, like, indicate awkwardness, right? Without typing the word, like, awkward in chat. Why is the shirt command advertising the Civil War ones? Those ones aren't even for sale anymore. RIP. Okay, well, I'll delete that and fix it later. because the shirt we want you guys to look at is the one down below in the info section here on the stream. But very similar to last time, we got INnoVation putting a little bit more emphasis on the command center. Maybe this is troubles?
Maybe. You know, it wasn't last game. Even though he took a scuffle that didn't go in favor, it still is it's really an entire command center ahead of your opponent. So even like 5-second spot is important. It doesn't like make up for it, and that that wasn't even the issue. It was more about those banshees.
This is where the importance of the one base attack comes in. Where like, okay, command center can be done faster. You can be up like 10 SCVs, but if you lose 20 to an attack, none of that matters.
Well, yeah, that is certainly true. And GuMiho goes for Cyclone and a Starport, the usual things. He might just be able to get another denial if he had a second Reaper already, but it's still coming. What? What?
I'm not even gonna read it out loud, but with that guy with all caps in his name.
I know. I know. What? Oh, there's some stuff about it that also make me question humanity. Oh god.
Yeah, it's... I guess we all grew up in different parts of the world with different upbringings, is what it comes down to. Different values and different...
Oh my god, it happened again! The fucking bar came up! I didn't touch anything!
Zombie, quit pressing F1. It's getting really old. I'm sick of this.
I'm just glad it's not like randomly pressing the pause button. That would be super awkward.
That grenade hit was a good way for this to turn around. He got the high ground vision from it too. GuMiho can suddenly take this Reaper fight. Not that this is super essential, but it was going to determine whether his command center got stalled out or not. He had to win that Reaper fight.
Yeah. GuMiho goes to the Raven. No Banshee shenanigans this game. His INnoVation is on his way to a medevac. Although he did get a Banshee after medevac last game, so it's still possible for him. But GuMiho playing it safer with double Raven.
And that's actually a really important point to note, though. He saw the Raven with the Scout, so now he follows it up with a Viking immediately, and I like this a lot, actually. The medevac might have some trouble getting in for damage. I mean, detection for the Widowmines could be there through the Raven, obviously, but damage from the auto turrets can clean this up, too.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no Banshee, just a Viking for INnoVation. But this was a bit difficult to clean up last game. With auto turrets, it shouldn't be. Should be easy peasy. Crazy Pacer Lemon Squeezy. Oh god! I get a shot. No! Cyclone damage, please.
Well, medevac still alive at least.
No.
Did you just out a guy really savagely in chat right now?
Yeah.
I never watch your channel, but to have currency that I have to be here to watch, like if you had like 12 Partoufs, nothing. 416 Partoufs, you get one Partouf every 5 minutes.
I can't believe I never thought about doing that before.
Alright, let's see if he gets picked off. This is a little bit rough as in terms of like I really thought this game was going to be a bit more one-sided, especially with the builds, but as I said, it's rough a moment ago. It's not the word I was going for, but the point is we're actually entering the mid-game with both of them pretty much on par. Nobody's really behind in upgrades. They've only both just started their stims.
Yeah.
I guess third base favors GuMiho. No, INnoVation slightly, so I was looking at the wrong production tabs.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty even. Stim, third base. Fucking F2 bar. Engineering base on the way. But faster for INnoVation.
I don't know how you're turning that bar on, man.
What?
Did they ever... Okay, the F1 and the F2 things, this is what we're talking about, guys. Did anyone ever actually use that? I don't think even... The Gauntlet has like the best player intros of all streams out there, and they don't even use it. Also...
No, I don't. I really don't.
Don't anyone tell them I said that.
Okay, now my achievements just popped up. Maybe I'll just restart StarCraft after that. After this.
It's like it's a hint, dude. They're like, you're getting closer, so that's why the achievement window popped up.
Apparently. I mean, this this Ghost StarCraft 2 problem I've never happened before. I doubt it's my keyboard. I think it is just because I was pressing a bunch of buttons earlier. We'll see after the restart.
Oh my god.
Goes.
StarCraft 2 Ghost? Or, well, StarCraft Ghost name makes a lot of sense when you consider it died.
This is the real StarCraft Ghost.
That's why they had to cancel it. They've made an actual AI, a ghost, that like hid itself in the system for years.
Oh lordy.
They tried to kill it by stopping the game. Little did they realize it had already gotten into the system.
It's like I unlocked Pandora's box by pressing random numbers. Ah, wait a minute.
Pandora's...
I wish I was streaming just to see this. Jeez.
I just imagine I could easily simulate it by hitting dumbass random hotkeys on my keyboard.
It's getting worse. We're talking about it. It's getting worse.
Because it knows. Alright, well, speaking of knowing, I guess INnoVation does know about this third. The Cyclones are shut down pretty hardcore with that, it's called a tempted run by? I don't know. 3 Cyclones is a weird number to see in the first place.
It is. It's one more than usual. INnoVation managed to take about a 20 army supply lead here, and he has faster upgrades and faster combat shields. So this is a very scary point for GuMiho. It depends on if INnoVation finds a point of contention, of course. Is GuMiho playing very defensive, 2 center towers, Marines scouting every which way? Gonna really try and not be caught without these key upgrades. But he still will be down in army supply, and that won't change for a while.
Yeah, I guess upgrades can be a factor, but I feel like with these two players being who they are, tanks and positioning are going to matter a lot more than quick little 1-1s versus 2-2s.
Mm-hmm. INnoVation not even bringing its entire army out here. Just going to look for maybe a drop opportunity.
Oh, damn. Shenra in chat gets a shout out for being savage as fuck. Guy says he's going to leave chat in a fit of rage. Still he gets found in the user list by another user.
Why would you... There's no point in lying about it. Like, not just, like, in general, but also, like, you could just say, I hate this, I hate watching this channel sometimes, but it's the only good StarCraft. Like, you could literally say that, and they'd be like, okay, we can't really, can't find any faults. We can't say that you were lying. But this one is literally so easy to find out that he was lying.
Oh my god, INnoVation might not be lying, but he's dying. A lot of medevacs just went down for nothing. I don't know if he was just watching the attack down here, slightly distracted, but... In fact, how many medevacs? There was like 4 medevacs that they just got picked off.
It was brutal. It was. I mean, that was definitely a mistake here. But INnoVation still has about 15 army supply despite that little mess up. He still has 2-2 a lot faster than GuMiho as well. Like, a lot faster. The Viking control is certainly in GuMiho's favor. It's going to help deny this. But INnoVation now on almost 4 bases has enough scans. Like, he doesn't need a mule. So he can just scan this as much as he would want. He needs to make sure to scan before the tanks re-siege. Yeah, exactly.
This unfortunately you can't really use auto turrets in this instance. Maybe put some on the edge of the cliff, but also Seeker Missile's too expensive. I'm curious to see how he plans to use this. He's gonna go auto turrets behind. The Marines should have been covering this. They're not. That's gonna cost some tanks. 2 of them go down. 3 maybe even. Now the other tanks aren't in range.
This is, I mean, 2 tanks lost. Okay, that's fine. And INnoVation isn't even being pressured on the other side of the map. But it's always concerning to have such a large army sieged up where it is right now, when you don't know where the other half of GuMiho's army was. All you really saw was the tanks and Vikings. But he saw the army bush out there, the Marine dying, and INnoVation knows that maybe the rocks can be torn down, maybe the 4th base could be pressured. GuMiho also realizing that's a potential. Repositions. He's defending, and he's caught up in supply, but still behind in those upgrades.
Yeah, tanks aren't pre-sieged, so it was a little bit of a problem, but not so much that If INnoVation just moved commands away from you, then I guess it's not a problem at all.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a big concave coming in here. He still has 5 tanks and 2 Liberators, so I guess he holds, but these are very positionally based units. Maybe he's just going to try and run around them.
I really like the idea of Liberators, actually, but not more than a couple, so just hopefully going to stay on the 2 for now. He's got air control, too, so zoning out things like this situation back here, this is solved much easier with like even just 1 Liberator, but... Not going to be the case. Cyclones lead the charge. INnoVation's trying to push. He's going to have to go through a terrible choke, and of course his tanks are limited in range, but GuMiho's got those Liberators, which could just push back the tanks.
Yeah.
Should just push back the tanks, even.
It seemed a little bit too aggressive for INnoVation. But INnoVation with 4 bases and have been on 4 bases mining a lot longer than GuMiho, still not mining on his 4th. Still has that lead. He still is on the way to upgrades already. So, that was suspicious, but it's not too bad for GuMiho, who is still just being the defender.
Well, the thing is, no matter how good or bad this trades, if GuMiho can just keep deflecting, eventually he will catch up in upgrades. Like right now it's even, and then there'll be a small time where INnoVation is ahead, but then GuMiho once again can maybe try and catch up.
Yeah.
Positioning
is playing
here.
A very long game of catch up. It's gonna get caught out of position once or twice. It's gotta happen.
Yeah. It's a little bit tough here. That mineral line being denied as well. The planetary can stop drops, but it can't stop things on the low ground there. Just deny that mining. So this is where those liberators become really interesting once again. He'll try and bring the Marines forward to stim under them, focus them down, but that brings them in range of the tank. So INnoVation bleeding out a lot of Marines to take out just 2 liberators.
Worth, I suppose, as he continues to deny this this mining. He still has the lead. 5th base already on the way for INnoVation too. It's brand new. It's going to turn into a planetary. This might just go well for GuMiho. Pick up in the medevacs. Not too shabby.
Takes another base through it too. That's the main floated over, by the way, so gas can be a little bit hard for a bit, but he's got a decent amount banked up, and I mean, honestly, we're hitting the late game. Terran doesn't need that much gas.
Yeah, they're both going to start banking as they continue to expand. But INnoVation is going to have a planetary before GuMiho can do anything about it. He has the high ground position now too, and while it's not with the tanks, that looked very scary. Maybe could have blitzed on that planetary, decides not to. Oh, GuMiho's going to go for it. The tanks are on siege, but they siege up now, and there's like 5 of them for INnoVation. Ditto for GuMiho.
Well, let's see the units right now. 71 Marines still favoring INnoVation pretty heavily. That supply count's a big deal, but end of the day, again, if you're getting blown away by tanks, those 3-3 upgrades do not matter. That army supply lead doesn't matter. And GuMiho takes a really good start to this fight. However, this is where some of that army supply starts favoring INnoVation. He's split up in 2 separate focus groups right now. Focus groups? No, squads.
Yeah.
He's taking surveys right now.
Hamburger A or hamburger B?
I like the main character without a mustache, personally. But regardless, this other squad, I don't know why it's a focus group, this other squad is going to get around the map and deny mining once again. And maybe even kill a couple of these bases. Planetary won't go down very easily, but that orbital might just get sniped.
This might be just a 2-for-1 deal. Oh, there's a lot of Vikings there. Go back to the command center. That planetary does go down.
That planetary should not have gone down. No repairs into it. I'm a little curious as to why. He goes into break.
For the 3rd base.
This cost him so many SCVs just to break this, though.
Uh-oh. Right side attack looked like it was going to endanger that command center. If the rocks are broken down, maybe he blitzes into the natural. That's not to.
Yo, did you just kill everyone in a bank heist?
Including myself, apparently.
I feel like if you were playing Overwatch... No, in these bank heists, you're Reaper from Overwatch, except you have friendly fire on. So you go for that ult, it's like, die, die, die. Just hits everyone around you. Tripped at the end. Brain aneurysm. Is an act of God.
Fine. Whatever.
INnoVation's really securing his lead in this, and I really enjoy what he's done behind it with upgrades. The Heisek auto tracking looks a little bit funny to see in the TvT, but that combined with the building armor guarantees GuMiho will not be able to do anything to these planetaries without fully committing to it like a siege up.
Marines are ready here. Even a small amount of Marines can target fire medevacs really quickly. Oh, psych. Psych.
Not.
Yeah, going into the natural means they won't be on top of production, but that's a lot of Marines to unload, and GuMiho will equal upgrades. Medevac's a little bit late. There we go. This might just trade out evenly. Or pick up.
Oh my god. I just realized the greatest caster loophole I never ever took advantage of. So,
What's that?
let's say you're making a call and it's right. You just stick to your guns. But it's wrong, and you set this precedent where you just say not all the time. Like, oh, I think you can win the base trade. Not after he loses. Then it still seems like you were right in the first place.
But there's a timer on the knot, so it's gonna be hard to always be effective with it.
I guess you're right. Not.
Nah, you got me. God, it was so good. GuMiho, while still deflecting INnoVation at almost every turn, is the one that's lost command center, lost a handful of SCVs, keeps losing out barely in the army fights, and is now up against INnoVation on like 7 bases, 3 more command centers on the way, 3 tanks at a time. I mean, GuMiho hasn't taken a good enough fight to ever be like, well, if he took one like just that last one, he could probably snowball.
Well,
like, he hasn't been able to push past the midpoint.
I think when you've got 4 CCs on the production tab at 18 minutes in, you're feeling pretty good. And I think the worst part about this, though, like an actual tactical advantage, is this just going to be unlimited scans. GuMiho's like never going to be able to keep up in scans because he has to mule. He has no money.
Yeah. GuMiho does have like 30 less SCVs, or just about. If he could get maxed out, he might be able to catch INnoVation thinking like, okay, we have an even number, and then like, wham bam, there's 30 more army supply. And he'd really have to snowball very hard off of that, don't get me wrong, but that's like the only chance he has. Being defensive worked out for the first like 12 minutes of the game, and then he just kept on taking losses.
Of course, not planetary, but orbitals that were floated around desperately. INnoVation gets wrecked in the main.
Sure.
But kills everywhere else. So GG's get called, and INnoVation takes a 2-0 lead here in the finals. We're going to sneak off to a quick commercial break, though, before the third match, which could be the last one. I would like to say, though, and this is meant to be without salt. This is a purely just objective, like, PSA statement, guys. We've been doing this for so long at this point, and we love our regular viewers. But the new viewers who come in, they try to be shitty. They try to do things like, for example, ignore the rules that you have to click OK on before you can type in chat, and then say things like, tell us how to do our job, or insult the players, or etc. I gotta be just frank, you're not welcome here. So either ship up or ship out, or shape up or ship out, I think is the phrase, right?
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of bans, we don't do a lot of timeouts, but man, I don't know what's going on today. A lot of really shitty people, frankly.
All those Brood War elitists coming from the ASL stream.
Rapid casting probably sent him here.
Probably.
Right. I'm gonna kill myself for saying this. He probably Rifkin dropped them off. Alright, we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're back, and it's game number 3. This could be it, though, because INnoVation's up 2-0 in the series. Real quick thanks to World SC for the Twitch Prime sub. Woo! Welcome to the Base Trade Brigade. Says, finally got to it. Was awesome meeting you both at DreamHack Austin. Thanks for the photo, Zombie Grub. Well, if you met me,
you're welcome.
You really lucked out, because not many... I felt really bad, actually. I had a lot of people tweeting, like, oh, where are you? It's like day 3, I want to meet up. And I was just like... I felt so bad, so that's why I made the video saying why I wasn't going to be there for day 3. I was a mess for DreamHack Austin, dude. So, if you guys did get a chance to meet me, awesome! But I felt really bad, because I was quite sick for a lot of DreamHack.
Yeah, that sucks.
Feels bad. Anyways, bottom left side of the map, he's on his last life. It's the Red Terran, GuMiho.
In the top right is the Blue Terran. He is INnoVation.
I'm glad I said that I thought INnoVation would win this series.
And then you immediately took it back when, like, the Reaper...
No, I asked if I could take it back. I didn't take it back.
I don't remember what you said, to be honest, so... Okay.
Doesn't really matter. Because it was just a guess between the two, if we're going to be clear. But I just favor INnoVation because I think amongst all of the TvTs that we've seen, he's had really exceptional ones. Whereas GuMiho has had wins, but nothing that really left me standing there in awe, going like, oh my gosh. We were like so blessed to have watched that just happen.
GuMiho had some really cool TvTs versus Alive in Corsair headquarters, the Ting finals.
That was a weird series, though. Any TvT that ends up bringing a Thor out at any point, that's remarkable in of its own.
Yeah, exactly. But I get what you mean. INnoVation, the tippy top of pro gamers, is pretty good player. The only real awesome, like, back and forth, oh my god, who's gonna win, seems to have happened between him and Byun. Otherwise, it just seems like it's been, like, an off day for INnoVation, and that's why he loses. Which might have been the case for the last 2 series these guys played, both of which GuMiho did win. It might have just been that INnoVation was not feeling it that day. Apparently, he feels perfectly fine today, because he is on his way to a 3-0. On Proxima Station, they both one base expand, max expand. I really should have restarted between games. I forgot.
Are you still getting your weird bug? You're haunted.
It's happening so much faster now.
Your Hitler hauntings?
Yeah, my Hitler hauntings. I know, this is gonna mess her up good.
I mean, so this is super annoying, but this... this is why Proxima, like, earlier on we talked about this, like, why would you do it? Like, okay, I forgot grenades can hop over buildings. Because there's no real way to get into this base. Like, okay, INnoVation, cool, gets over there and kills 2 SCVs, and then that's sort of like a full stop, because there's just nothing else he can actually do.
Pretty impressive again.
Your mic just cut out. I'm not sure if your cord became loose or something mid-sentence. But, anyways, yeah, because I think it was GuMiho earlier versus his opponent was alive that he pulled that off on and made me just go like, okay, that happened.
How about now?
Sounds great. You sound great. You're excellent. 2 thumbs up.
Thanks.
10 out of 10.
Thank you to StarCraft Lucifer for the new sub. And I really mean that.
What? Thank you? You really mean thank you?
Yeah. I'm not someone who says not after a sentence because I'm not a conniving little backstabber.
No, you said you put it in the middle of the sentence.
I never said that.
You just said I'm not a conniving backstabber.
I never said that, and you can't prove it.
There's
Oh, there's a word of mine there.
Woo, woo.
Oh, that's a really well-placed word of mine.
Oh, so sick. And the auditor's gonna get 1 shot. Oh, she pulled away just the right second. There's so many minerals in this medevac to lose with that Hellion in there, too.
Yeah. It's still gonna be targeted down, right? Right? Right?
The Cyclone really could have just locked on for a second and denied this. Yeah, like this. There you go. Oh!
Oh, are you kidding me?
No way! INnoVation! What the fuck? One health of his...
Oh.
No way. Yeah, even if the medevac actually dies, but unless the cargo, I think it's worth it. But he's gonna get out of there scot-free with everything, and I cannot believe, like, to be perfectly clear, this was not like any amazing move out of INnoVation. GuMiho missed 2 opportunities to kill it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. He did. He really did. Especially that Cyclone not locking on immediately. That's so silly. Well, third CC's going on over for both players. Looks like GuMiho's on location, but a little bit slower. Probably match up to be pretty equal. Flipping medevac. It's gonna be repaired. I hope it's repaired. It deserves to be repaired.
I just really wish there was like one random Marine from GuMiho sitting here that was scouting, looking for it or something. Gets the 1 pop off, gets like 9 kills immediately.
Yeah.
No!
Another world, maybe.
No! No!
Oh.
Okay. Oh, jeez. I was like, is he really going to send that? He just looks at his base and says, oh, I got a medevac. Send it out for a drop. Why not? Have
Yeah,
it. I'm
why
INnoVation.
not? Yeah, probably. Alright, there's the repair on it, and a tank siege up just to have any like protection against whatever GuMiho might be doing, because INnoVation hasn't seen GuMiho's third base on location yet. If he did, I think he's a little less worried about drops incoming. Loses the Cyclone battle in the middle of the map, but knows where the Cyclone is, I guess? Yeah, doesn't really matter.
Of course, his third already being in orbital a little bit ahead to the party as it gets landed onto this base. I guess it's worth noting, even though it's clear as day, it's bio, so GuMiho's not trying to change anything up despite being on his last life.
So as I continue getting these, like, F2 things and having to fix it, I'm just thinking about how, like, you know, StarCraft 2 is almost like an 8-year-old game. And if you went back to an 8-year-old game and it had a couple of bugs, you'd be like, well, that makes sense. I'll just deal with it. But it kind of blows my mind that these bugs come from the fact that Blizzard is still updating and trying to fix StarCraft 2.
I like to think because old games too, like bugs are either charming or really unique and fun because they'll make like speedrunning things possible, right? StarCraft 2 bugs are only detrimental.
Oh god. Just what a game. I love it though. Okay,
This
Marine
is-
Scout.
That one Marine actually gets a lot of damage into that Raven.
Yeah. Much better than the other Marine Abyssal Reef. There's too much there for GuMiho anyways, and the scan revealed that, so INnoVation just kind of like, run away, run away.
Yeah, there's actually no way he can take a fight here.
He could buy time. Oh, but instead he gets roped in AI.
He trades auto turrets for auto turrets. That goes really poorly for INnoVation.
Yeah. Now, luckily, this game isn't going to be determined by that. Like, if this was a 2-base push or 2-base push, and, like, Viking control meant, you know, you could break it or not, like, that's different. As the game goes on to 3 bases, fully saturated, upgrades on the way for everyone, I mean, it's going to be a lot more about armies, like Marine tank versus Marine tank. And this is something that INnoVation even has a bit of a lead in, with 2-2 already on the way. A very, very, very small lead. Very, 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 very. Well, double medevac drop's not going to be scouted. INnoVation hasn't sent out enough Marines quite yet. This could be brutal. So, yeah, the Marine of GuMiho might see the army moving out. Oh, this Marine's going to see it in the back.
He actually doesn't. Oh,
Come
there we
on.
go. There we go. There we go.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that was a real moment where you're just like, come on, really? Are you serious right now? The scary thing is you can't even just set up the tanks here, though, because there's always that threat of a drop. So this is where the Vikings are actually really nice and pretty important.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a constant threat, but INnoVation is going to try and clean it up.
He's got Marines sprinkled everywhere, like freckles. Freckles on a redhead.
Now he should. Man, he cleans it up pretty badly. I mean, his army was moving over to the right side, but then there's like the typical thing with that is that without the sensor towers, it only just finished. If you try and clean this up, that might be an opening from GuMiho at the front, and I don't think he really wants to risk that. But you know, he lost a Viking, he almost lost the Raven, trying to push it away. GuMiho is just staying still with it.
This is the longest cleanup he's ever taken to take 2 medevacs that were out of position.
Yeah. He really had to be careful, though.
No auto turrets.
Really blame him.
Oh! Barely gets 2 off. Okay, so he cleans this up.
I don't know how that second one got off.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, the Raven was clearly dead. It just kind of, like, still went down somehow.
Well, it's finally cleaned up, and it only got 2 SUVs. It only, like, you know, distracted INnoVation. Really, the most it did was distract INnoVation for, like, a good 40 seconds. Minute, maybe. Like,
oh my
that
god.
was a long time.
I'm sorry, someone brought a lyric "not" into chat. He has an emote for "not." Are you serious? It's a cat, too.
How is that a not? Whatever, I'm not gonna question it.
Yeah, you're not gonna question it. Exactly. So I'm like winking right now. You can't see it.
Okay, so 3-3 is ahead for INnoVation. Army supplies were very even. 4th base way ahead for GuMiho, though, and that's pretty nice. It's already turning into a planetary. He's got
his
Liberators also on the way.
His upgrades, though, I think are really what's going to cement a potential lead here. I mean, they're both kind of squaring off right now, where it's similar and it's splitting, but INnoVation's 3-3, finishing up a little bit before GuMiho's. There might just be a really sick timing in here for INnoVation.
Might be.
I guess the upgrades for the tanks are going to be super relevant. Viking count, and the more importantly, I guess GuMiho's Ravens have lived through the whole duration of this game, and they're on full energy. Scan
reveals a very large attempt at a counter. I don't know if this is a counter or an attempt at surround, because it's not really going to attack anything. GuMiho didn't take the 4th base over there, but maybe INnoVation thought he did. Well, oh god, this is a nice bait by INnoVation. GuMiho brings his entire army over here. Oh, well, not his entire army, but his planetary was left alone. I thought that's what INnoVation was going to go for. Oh
you know
my
what?
god, all of his tanks are here,
if
but
GuMiho,
he doesn't have enough to take the Liberators.
Exactly, if GuMiho didn't have Liberators, INnoVation would have just wrecked him with this attack, I feel. But these 2 Liberators are going to win him the game!
They are. He can't deal with the attack at home.
Oh my god.
The planetary goes down, and GuMiho, I think, just brought the series back.
What's so crazy, like, pivotally, 2 Liberators. Like, there's no other unit in the game could have made such a big difference his 2 Liberators just made. You could have had a battle cruiser out there, and it still wouldn't have been as effective as 2 Liberators like this. Now,
GuMiho 2 Liberators. INnoVation couldn't really push forward the tanks anyways, so it would have been a stall out for him, whereas GuMiho is obviously just wrecking through the 4th base and trying to go through the 3rd already.
GG. Not going to go down in a 3-0 and has another game in him. GuMiho now gives map pick choice to INnoVation. Something he might not be used to.
Maybe not.
I guess for us, though, we'll quickly snag in another break and see you guys shortly. Alright, it's game number 4 in the finals of this week's Olimoleague. You know, I'm just realizing what a damn shame it was for that game to go the way it did. After this guy in the top left had an immortal medevac. It's the blue Terran INnoVation.
In the bottom right is the red Terran. He is GuMiho.
And he's sending out more than one SCV, so it's going to be some proxy.
Hell yeah, it is. INnoVation with a gas first. Feeling like maybe he's just going to go for 1 base, and as such already has a very good chance of defending this. But only time will tell, basically. Just got to watch this get up. Get up and going.
Well, I guess a quick hypothetical, though. This map is not too unlike Proxima Station, where it's very clear that there's one area. You don't have to worry about a backdoor. There's no secondary cliff on this side. But unlike Proxima, that only has like literally like 1 pixel you can jump up, there's actually this whole left side too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not as bad as Proxima. INnoVation did go for the 2nd gas, so that 1 base is in full swing. Now the question is, did he go for fast reactor or not? Which I would say most 1 bases do not. Most of them get double Reaper, and not from reactor, but just like one after another. So I don't know if GuMiho's really gonna be able to do a lot. He can do enough to make a macro game from it, but even then, he might be behind a couple SCVs or behind this in the starport timing, which can be, you know, crucial in some games or another.
You know, another part of this, though, is still going to be the delicacy of that first Reaper. Now, it's going to be kind of cool. If INnoVation can deflect, even for just a few moments, it'll be not bad for this first round, but after that, it's like the question of, does the Cyclone even get out in time? If the Cyclone actually builds, this is a lot easier to defend for INnoVation, but oh, the Reaper's at the wrong time. And while the second Reaper might be on the way, it's still going to be a tough scuffle.
He should know by the timing what it is, and I was going to say he might still be able to send his Reaper across the map and just do damage. It's a little bit dangerous for sure. He goes for a Hellion instead of a Cyclone, and that makes things very suspicious. Cyclone absolutely shuts this down.
Oh, wow.
A Hellion's a lot more suspicious. A lot more difficult to make useful, but saves that Reaper.
Wow, this is... If that second Reaper died, this is like game over territory.
Yeah, it is. Well, just the fact that INnoVation has 2 Reapers to protect his Hellion means that Hellion is useful. Alone, or with only 1 Reaper against 3, it's maybe not enough. But GuMiho is successfully pushed back. INnoVation started his starport as soon as the Reaper came in, so it's already almost done. And that's a big loss in tech timing.
He's waiting for the Reapers to spawn too. He sees that they're not being canceled. I guess GuMiho was trying to time this out, but unfortunately those Reapers on the other side slipped by, but only briefly because the Cyclone's ready to fight them.
Yeah, nicely timed Cyclone. Now, he only has to kill a couple SCVs to take the lead here, because he was building SCVs continuously back at home. And by killing 4, it's already nice.
He just attacked his own depot there. That's a little bit awkward. Looking for those last shots to finish off the Reapers. They are stuck in a corner, so that will wrap that up. But INnoVation, okay, he lost a couple of SCVs, but he's maintained a pretty decent army through this, as none of his units really died. So counterattacking is a possibility. I mean, this wall up... actually, with a Cyclone, I think GuMiho will be fine at home. Yeah.
Now, if GuMiho had gone for a low ground, that's their low ground command center, then that could be a reason for INnoVation to push out with his army. But without it, and he's got to scout that, I don't think there's a reason to really try and be too aggressive.
Oh.
Reaper's going to deny his CC.
Yeah, the fact that INnoVation would even try and put that on the low ground is a little bit surprising to me. Very bold. Also,
he should be able to once he kills this Reaper. There you go. 2 more SCVs. GuMiho now up 5. He gets the lock. Oh, wow. That's...
Oh, that range, though.
Yeah. I was going to say that might have been a huge mistake from GuMiho to even let that other Cyclone get so many shots off. But a second Cyclone's already on the way, so it wouldn't have been too bad. Banshee, though, this is where that tech advantage can really show itself. Now, Viking's already on the way.
Oh, there's no scans.
wasn't that far back. Oh, but you're right. There's no scans. Focus done.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like the idea of him trying to use it to break the wall to bring that Cyclone in, but...
I don't think it's worth it. I think just go for SCVs.
No, I think winning the ground war lets him snowball harder with a second Cyclone coming out, right?
I don't think he wins the ground war, though. Although with only a Winamine, not a third Cyclone, maybe. Oh, okay.
Well, either way, INnoVation's only gotten so far. Realizing now perhaps he should have gone for the SCVs feels really bad. This turret does finish up. If he had gotten in there when the time he hit, he would not... I don't think that turret would have finished.
Oh, no. Either that or just it's a double the SCV kills easily, right? So that could have been a lot better. INnoVation is still applying pressure and keeping... Oh, the Winamine's pretty good. Keeping GuMiho off the command center on the low ground, although they're both producing double SCVs soon enough.
Oh, he wasted that.
At least this Banshee will take out a Cyclone.
Yeah. Not much else she can really do, though. She knows where the turret is, so just kind of leaving here to do damage until it dies out.
INnoVation's command center is done and producing SCVs, so he will catch up in that very
that's
small
annoying.
SCV losses earlier.
Do you think it's supply block? No, not quite, but maybe with the second one.
Scan. Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Oh,
he lifted a burn. Oh, he's running out of scan energy. It might have been worth killing the building. That Banshee can't do very much more anyways.
No, certainly not. Oh, this one might.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he made a third Banshee.
Neither did I until just this moment. He's still producing another.
Yeah, he's making a fourth one. This is always so weird to see that. When they have detection or when they have missile turrets and Vikings,
You think it's a hard stop.
A Raven. Yeah, maybe because he never got a Raven. That's why INnoVation continued, investing into this. But this has not only surprised us, it surprised GuMiho.
Well, I'm surprised they're not focusing on that tech lab
for so long.
I mean, scan's available. That's why he's been kind of dodgy with this. But this is a pretty big attack. I mean, the thing about the Banshees actually is if they manage to live, just even uprooting a tank with this Banshee could be huge. Like this one on the backside here.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, how did that Winamine even see it?
Turret detection. It's got pretty nice range, right?
It can't. I guess because it was. Yeah, I guess that's how it works. You're right.
It's skirting along the edge. I mean, one way or the other, but that depot going down would actually be huge. GuMiho would be super supply blocked. All right, so Banshee gets cleaned up, but the real siege has already begun.
He's gonna go for it. He should spread his Marines a little if he's gonna go for it.
Oh, that mass surround. That mass repair, not quite good enough. Another tank on the ramp. He's going to focus it.
That's
GG.
GG.
Oh, boy. What a weird game. But, yeah, nice deflection. Nice defense out of INnoVation leading into that counter. I got to be honest. Like, proxy Reapers are just... Even the pros sometimes don't feel like they know how to deal with them. So that was really cool. INnoVation, well done.
It was well done. And that's it for the finals. Congratulations.
Yeah, glad to... Oh. I'd say glad to see INnoVation take that, especially because validates my call a little bit. Anyways, like we said, guys, we're going to be gone for the next couple of days. Really, I'm kind of sad because I have really enjoyed doing a ton of casting, but at the same time, I think it's safe to say that the energy in this cast was a lot lower than average. We're both still pretty much recovering from that weekend of the Penthouse Party stuff. It was long and exhausting, and I wish I had cooler, better stories for it, but it was just a lot of work, frankly. Paid off. You guys were really generous with your bits. Zombie I think, had a pretty decent birthday because of it, too. And, of course, just people watching ads helps out a ton, too. So even if you aren't subscribed, you don't do bits in chat, like just being here, it does help us. So thank you guys so much for that. That being said, wrapping it up, I do want to once again advertise the t-shirt. If you haven't seen it, please actually go to the Teespring site. The little thumbnail underneath the stream, it doesn't quite do it justice. We've sold 5 shirts so far. That's awesome. But I really love the way this thing looks. And for most of you, this shirt won't matter. Honestly, it's not going to be for a lot of people out there. But it is specifically for our subs and longtime viewers in the chat to enjoy and kind of, I don't know, commemorate BaseTradeTV.
Yeah.
And I'll say probably whenever we get back from our break is when we'll start looking to do giveaways for this. I probably should have run one today, but like I said, low energy also meant like not wanting to get up and leave the room to go to the bot and organize giveaways. But yeah, so even if you can't afford one, maybe you can win one. Either way, check it out because I'm really stoked about this shirt. And if we sell 50, I'll be very happy. That being said, though, as stated, we are done. So quick shout-outs from me are, of course, obviously follow me on Twitter at riff_kings if you enjoy shit posting. Otherwise, follow the BaseTradeTV Twitter if you want more professional casting-related stuff. Follow ZombieRub on Twitter as well at ZG Gaming. And follow the channel here on Twitch. The one thing I would like to say before I pass this off to ZombieRub as we leave is we got a lot of cool stuff in the works. And even when we have days off, like these next couple days, they're not really truly days off. We're still working pretty hard behind the scenes to bring you guys stuff and do good content. So I do hope that you guys can appreciate that a bit. I know recently we kind of got a bit of flack, like, "Oh, they don't work that hard. What could they possibly be complaining about?" Blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, like, even when the stream's off, we're still working. And I don't know. The trolls don't get to me. They're never gonna get me down. We're like way past that. Bring me back like 2 years ago, and I'm a lot more affected by comments like that. But just for you guys out there, like, we really are trying to always bring you the best StarCraft we can, and we appreciate those who do stick with us. Super appreciate those who love us enough to sub, and just thank you guys for being who you are. That being said, ZombieGub, any final words before we take off?
Well, you kind of took my words from me, so thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you later.
I'm really sorry about that.
Are you?
Nah.
Ah.